She walked into that school every single day knowing they would laugh. Her name was Maria. 12 years old. The daughter of a fish vendor who woke up before sunrise every morning to sell bangus at the wet market so her daughter could have a future. Maria's uniform was always clean, her mother made sure of that, but the shoes had holes, the bag was held together with tape, and the kids at school noticed everything. They called her Fish Girl. They held their noses when she walked past. They whispered things loud enough for her to hear. And Maria, quiet, gentle Maria, took it all without a word. Because fighting back costs energy she did not have. And because she had a secret she was not ready to share with people who would only destroy it. Maria could sing. Not just carry a tune. Not just hum along to the radio. She could sing the way storms move, with force, with feeling, with something that made the air in a room feel different. She had discovered it by accident at 7 years old when she sang along to a church hymn and the old woman beside her stopped mid-prayer and turned to stare. But Maria never sang in public after what happened 2 years ago. A teacher had asked the class to perform the national anthem together. Maria had gotten swept up in the moment and let her voice rise above the rest. For 3 beautiful seconds, something real had filled that classroom. Then the laughter started. Loud, cruel, relentless. They mocked her for a week. They said fish girls should stick to cleaning scales, not chasing stages. So she locked her voice inside and swallowed the key. Until the morning the announcement changed everything. Simon Cowell was coming. The news spread through the school like wildfire. Britain's Got Talent was filming a special international edition, scouting hidden talent across Southeast Asia. Their production team had selected Maria's school as one of the stops. 10 students would be chosen to audition in front of Simon himself. The whole school erupted into excitement. Maria sat in the corner of the classroom and felt nothing. This was not for her. Her classmates scrambled to sign up. Clarisse, the girl who had laughed the loudest 2 years ago, the one who organized the nickname, Fish Girl, signed up first. She had been taking vocal lessons since she was 8. She practiced in the hallways, filming herself, gathering compliments. She walked past Maria's desk that afternoon and dropped her voice low. "Don't even think about it," she said. "Some stages aren't meant for people like you." Maria looked at her notebook. Said nothing. That night, Maria's mother found her sitting on the floor of their small home, back against the wall, knees pulled to her chest, the look on her face that a mother recognizes immediately, the look of someone giving up on something they love. Her mother sat beside her on that cracked floor. Did not ask questions. Just took Maria's hand in both of hers, rough hands, strong hands, hands that had worked every day of their life, and held it. Then she said, "The people who laugh at you are not laughing because you are nothing. They are laughing because they are terrified of what you are. Sing, Maria. Sing until they cannot breathe. Sing like your whole life is on that stage. Because one day, Anik, it will be." Maria showed up the next morning and wrote her name on the list. Audition day arrived. The gymnasium had been transformed completely. Stage lights, professional cameras, a sound system that cost more than everything in Maria's house combined. Students wore their best. Parents filled the back rows. Teachers straightened their clothes and stood a little taller. And behind the judges' table, arms crossed, expression unreadable, Simon Cowell. The auditions began. Student after student took the stage. Some were good. Most were nervous. Clarisse performed a polished pop number in a sparkling dress and received careful applause. Simon gave one slow nod and wrote something down. Nothing more. Then the last name was called. Maria. The moment she appeared from the side of the stage, the whispers started. Kids in the crowd nudged each other. Someone near the back laughed. A group of girls covered their mouths. The word "fish girl" floated through the air like it always did, sharp and practiced and cruel. Maria walked to the center of the stage in her faded dress and worn sneakers. No makeup. No performance. Just a girl and a microphone and everything she had ever swallowed. Simon looked at her. Just looked. The way he looked at everyone, searching, measuring, giving nothing away. "What is your name?" "Maria," she said into the microphone. Her voice shook on the single word. "And what will you sing today, Maria?" She lifted her chin just slightly. "A song my mother sang to me when I was afraid." A ripple of quiet laughter from somewhere in the crowd. Simon did not smile. Did not react. "Whenever you are ready." The intro music began. Maria closed her eyes. 3 seconds of silence that felt like forever. And then she sang. The first note hit the gymnasium like something physical. Not loud, enormous. Not performed, real. The kind of voice that does not announce itself, it arrives, and the entire room reorganizes around it. Teachers froze mid-sentence. Camera operators stopped moving. The students who had been whispering went completely still. By the second line, 2 teachers had their hands pressed to their mouths. By the chorus, a mother in the back row was crying without knowing when she had started. Clarisse stood against the wall with her arms at her sides and her face open in an expression she had never worn before, something between devastation and awe. Maria sang. She did not perform. She poured. Every night with her face in a pillow. Every coin counted on the kitchen table. Every hole in her shoes. Every cruel word. Every moment she had been told to be quiet, to be less, to know her place. She poured all of it into that music and the gymnasium could not contain it. When the last note ended, there was silence. Complete. Total. Sacred silence. 1 second. 2 seconds. A teacher stood up. Then another. Then the entire gymnasium rose, students, parents, teachers, camera crew, all of them on their feet, applauding with a sound that shook the walls. Simon Cowell had not moved. He sat completely still while the room erupted around him. He looked at Maria on that stage, this small girl in worn sneakers with tears now running freely down her face, and he was quiet for a long moment. Then he stood. The room went even louder. Then quieter. Because when Simon Cowell stands, people want to hear what comes next. He walked to the front of the judges' table. Looked directly at Maria. "I have done this for over 20 years, he said. "I have sat in front of thousands of people on stages around the world. And I want to tell you something that I do not say often." He paused. "What you just did was not a performance. That was the truth. And the truth, real truth, is the rarest thing I have ever encountered on any stage." He paused again. "Maria. You are extraordinary." Maria's legs gave way slightly. She gripped the microphone stand. Her whole body was shaking. In the back of the gymnasium, her mother, who had slipped in silently halfway through, pressed both hands flat against her heart and wept. And Maria, the girl they had called Fish Girl, the girl with holes in her shoes and fire in her chest and a voice she had hidden for 2 years, stood in the center of that stage under the brightest lights she had ever known and finally let herself be seen. She was never meant to be silent. She was always meant to be heard.